Hello and welcome. This is LarryBoy and the Golden Gumballs. I do hope you enjoy. Let's get this started. Outside, a terrible thunderstorm raged. But inside Bubblegum Tower, excitement was in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to see the most amazing gumballs in the world,
said Dr. Bubba Gum, world-famous scientist at the Bumbleberg Gum Company. Dr. Gum lifted the lid to reveal dozens of golden gumballs.
I call it Bumblegum, the first gum that never loses its taste,
he said. Everyone around the large table gasped. Lightning flashed. Thunder crashed. Larry the Cucumber just groaned. He had been playing with his gum and accidentally got it stuck to his nose.
I invented this gum all by myself,
boasted Bubba. This time, Bubba's assistant gasped. Benny, the assistant, knew that his bragging boss had just lied. Bubba didn't invent Bumble Gum. Benny did. Lightning flashed. Thunder crashed. Larry yelped. His nose had become stuck to the table with gum.
I'll pass around the gumballs so you can try one yourselves, Bubba said. This gum doesn't lose its taste, ever.
But as Bubba picked up the bowl, a bolt of lightning suddenly sizzled across the sky, blasting the top floor of Bubblegum Tower. Zip! Kaboom! Bubba lit up like a Christmas tree. Sparks flew. His hair shot up and stood on end. But what happened next was even more incredible. Bubba turned bubblegum pink and became very sticky and very stretchy. Somehow, lightning had caused all of the powers of gum to jump from the gumballs into the scientist. Lightning flashed. Thunder crashed. Larry groaned. By this time, he had jerked his nose free from the table, but as he did, he went flying. He was now stuck, nose first and upside down, against the wall. Meanwhile, Bubba had gone completely bonkers. He grew bigger and bigger, like a monstrous bubblegum bubble.
I am the greatest, and the golden gumballs are mine,
Bubba boasted.
But that isn't fair,
Benny yelled.
You didn't invent bubblegum. I did.
Silence,
Bubba boomed. The mad scientist shot out a sticky arm of gum like an octopus and snagged Benny. Then he jammed Benny upside down into a trash can. Meanwhile, Larry's faithful butler, Alfred, yanked him loose from the wall.
Master Larry, you've got to stop Dr. Bubba,
said Alfred.
He's filled with pride. He thinks he's better than everyone else. He's become,
Alfred said, pausing dramatically,
he's become stuck up. Help is on the way,
Larry shouted with the wad of gum now stuck to his back. Larry leaped into a coat closet. A split second later, he hopped back out, dressed as Bumbleberg's most fearless superhero, LarryBoy. He struck a heroic pose with a coat hanger stuck to the gum on his back. Bubba had grown as big as a bubblegum car.
I am the smartest person alive,
he bellowed. Bursting through the outer wall, Bubba began to climb down the outside of the building.
Not so fast, Sticky Fingers,
declared LarryBoy.
Being smarter doesn't make you better than everyone. You need to be humble. You need to think of others, not just yourself.
LarryBoy put on the Larry jetpack so that he could chase the monster, but there was one itsy-bitsy problem. He put the jetpack on backward.
Wait, LarryBoy,
shouted Alfred. Too late! LarryBoy pushed the zoom button and the jetpack shot him backward across the room. Smack! He crashed through the wall, and the next wall, and the wall after that. Puffed up with pride, Bubble Gum was now bigger than a bubblegum bus. He headed for the bubblegum factory to steal all of the company's gum.
I am the biggest and strongest,
bragged Bubba.
But being better doesn't make you better than everyone,
LarryBoy shouted, leaping into view.
Take this!
LarryBoy fired a plunger. The plunger stuck to Bubba's gummy back. Then LarryBoy took off on his jetpack, hoping to drag Bubba away. But Bubba was too strong. He yanked LarryBoy across the parking lot.
I just realized something,
Alfred suddenly said to LarryBoy, loud and clear over the Larry radio.
Bubba thinks he's better than everyone because he's smarter and bigger and stronger, but he isn't the tallest. Come again?
asked LarryBoy.
Look at the top of Bubblegum Tower, said Alfred.
LarryBoy stared up at the pointy antenna sticking up from the 100th floor.
Bubba is not as tall as that,
Alfred said.
Good point,
said LarryBoy.
I think I know what you're getting at.
So the purple protector called out to the mad doctor.
Hey, Bubba, you may be smarter and bigger than everyone, but you aren't the tallest.
Bubba came to a sudden stop.
What are you talking about, Pickle Boy?
Bubba yelled.
You aren't the tallest,
LarryBoy repeated. He motioned toward the tip-top of Bubblegum Tower.
That antenna is higher than you.
We'll see about that,
snarled Bubba, who was now as big as a bubblegum boat. He climbed up and up and up. LarryBoy was dragged along. Just past the 100th floor, the bubblegum bad guy declared to all of Bumbleberg,
I am the smartest and biggest and strongest and the tallest.
Then Bubba climbed to the very tip of the building's antenna.
And that makes me...
After Bubba plopped down on the pointy tip of the antenna, he popped! His bubblegum body exploded and gum flew everywhere. Instantly, Bubba was back to normal, his small, ordinary self. There was only one teeny-weeny problem. He was falling. Bubba tumbled from the top of Bubblegum Tower, dragging LarryBoy behind him.
Ah!
Just before they smashed into the ground, LarryBoy gained control of his jetpack. Then he soared into the skies, saving them both from a terrible fall. The next day, Bubba was a new person. After the long fall, he realized he was no better than other people. No matter how smart or big or strong he was, God loved him just the same as everyone else. A lot. Bubba even told everyone that Benny, his assistant, was the one who really invented bubblegum.
So today, let me show you Benny's greatest invention, Bubba announced. But we're no longer calling it bubblegum. It's now called humblegum.
Everyone cheered. Everyone except for Larry, that is. His nose was stuck to the door, with gum, of course. If you are proud, you will fall. Proverbs 16-18. Thank you so much for sticking around, listening to this book through the end, and watching and reading along. Please subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.